My highlighter collection, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start here in the front. This drawer is a lot more full than my bronzers that you saw previously. It's kind of, it's a large collection. I do like highlighter. I honestly will say I don't use it as much as I used to, but of course I still really love highlighters. So starting off with a bang, we've got Amarizi from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Who remembers this highlight? Such a gorgeous one. I remember it was like so just like I feel like it was crazy how many people loved this one. It had the waves and we all just like lost our marbles for this. So definitely keeping this one in my collection because it's such a good highlighter for sure. Let's show lots of my Becca highlights up next. I love the Becca highlights. I think they're amazing and I have so many from them. This one was a limited edition pink one. Obviously all of them are not going to be available anymore, but I have quite the collection still here. This one was a really fun like mint green one that they offered. And then these are just like their original packaging. So this one here is going to be Moonstone. This was like a classic as well. And then I know I have Opal and then I also have Champagne Pop here as well. So this is Opal, and then of course Champagne Pop was like the one that everyone had. And look at the dip in mine. I use this just so much. I feel like I'm just gonna hold on to these probably forever just because I love the formula of them and obviously you can't get them anymore. So now moving over here, I do have this one from Jouer. This is another one I have a lot of use of. I have like quite a big dip in this one. It is in Skinny Dip, I believe. Yes, Skinny Dip. And this is a really pretty golden highlight. Jouer has a really nice formula. I actually have a few minis. I'll show you guys in a second as well, but they are very overlooked. Their highlighters are amazing. We have the OG right here, Miss Mary Lou. This was my first ever highlighter and oh, she is loved. I've almost actually hit pan. Like you can barely almost just see pan there. Such a beautiful highlight. So many memories with this one. Again, I feel like I'll have this forever. A little bit of highlight goes such a long way. You don't realize that until you like actually have a highlight for years and years. Like I probably had this for like, I don't even know, 7 years maybe. And I still feel like I still have barely used it and I use it quite often. I have this really beautiful one from ColourPop. This was a part of their Disney collection. This one is the Horse and Carriage. And I absolutely love this. I feel like they don't do enough of these pressed highlighters because I feel like they're a really nice formula. It's very similar to their Super Shocks, but just a little bit more powdery, but very beautiful on the skin. This one is great. One of my favorites in my collection is the Super Glow from Natasha Denona. This one is in the shade One Fair. And this is, again, a very beautiful like champagne highlight. Again, so much product in this one too. I feel like it's going to last me forever, but I love the packaging. This is actually, I think, the first product I tried from Natasha. I have this one here from Galani. I don't really know if they're still even around. It's been a long time since I've like looked into them, but they have a really nice highlighting formula. They also have a really nice blush formula as well. And this is a beautiful highlight from them. This one is in the shade Celestial Skin. I do have one here from Bare Minerals, and honestly, I feel like I can't really remember my thoughts on this one. It's been a while since I've used it. I think I only used it a few times, but I remember it being okay. I just don't remember like it being a standout or anything like that. This one is in the shade Free. I do have this one here from LC Cosmetics. I remember I grabbed this one when they came into Ulta because I was really excited to see them there, and this is a beautiful look to the pan. I feel like that's what drew me in, was like the design in here. I thought it was so pretty, and it's a pretty highlight. Again, it's not a favorite formula of mine, but I do really think that they did a good job with the formula. It's just I feel like I have so many highlights and you can only compare them so much. Next I have this one from Buxom, and I know when these came out everyone was so excited because we love the Buxom blushes, and then we had the bronzer, and then they came out with this highlight. I know it got some bad reviews, but I actually like it. I think it's pretty on the skin. I didn't have any issues with mine. I liked it. Like I mentioned, I do have those minis from Jouer. So I know I have the shade Rose Quartz and then also Citrine. I think I got these in like a holiday gift set, but you still get so much highlight in these that honestly it's the way to go with highlights, is to get just like the minis, because I feel like these still take forever to go through. They're still so just like cute, and look at how small they are compared to the large one. I still feel like you get a decent amount of product. So if they do these again in the holiday and you haven't tried their highlights, I do recommend these. This is a great one from CoverGirl. This was a part of the True Blend line. This one is in the shade Pearl Crush. It was a very pretty highlight. I feel like drugstores don't always have my favorite highlights because a lot of them tend to be glittery, but this formula is not glittery at all. It just looks really nice on the skin. I'd kind of compare it almost to like a Becca formula, where it just has that beautiful like your skin but better type of glow to it. I have a couple of indie brand cute ones right here. This one is from Catherine Cosmetics, and I went hard for this highlight, you guys. It was like the only one I used for so long. It is beautiful. This is in Sienna. I don't know. I had to look. I love this one, and I know the name. But yeah, this is a really nice like pinky champagne highlight. Very beautiful on the skin. It's a nice little mini too, which I like. And then I also really loved this one. This is Pixie Dust, and it's from Beth Bender Beauty. And this was one, again, I used a ton. It almost has like a yellow hint to it. And I don't know what it was about this highlight, but I couldn't put it down. And I love that they're minis again. I don't need like super large highlights in my collection. Obviously, I have so many, so when they are smaller, I do appreciate that. I have this one next from Kokie Cosmetics. This is the Soft Glow Highlighter, and here is what that one looks like. Very beautiful. Again, this one has almost like a wet look to the face. It has a little bit more glitter than I love, but it's still a nice formula. It does look nice, especially in the summertime. And then another drugstore option, I have this one here from Catrice, and this is the More Than Glow highlighter, and this is in the shade Supreme Rose Beam. So here is a look at that one. I honestly feel like I only got to use this one once, so I definitely need to reach into that one to see more kind of my thoughts on that one. And then I do have this little mini loose highlight. This is from Artist Couture, and it is in Cocoa Bling. I feel like I got this in maybe like a subscription box, or maybe it was like a point perk or something. It is a really pretty formula, but again, loose highlights I feel like are something that, you know, minis are perfect for, because you only need the slightest small amount with these, so I'm fine with just keeping a mini in my collection. This was again one that I got in a subscription box. This is the brand Floss, and it kind of has again that like yellowy tint to it. I don't have too many highlights like this. It also kind of had like a pillowy feel to it. It was a nice formula. I did like it, and again, I liked how small it was. I do have this one from Grande Cosmetics. This is a liquid highlight, and this is the Grande Glow Plumping Liquid Highlighter. This is in the shade French Pearl. This is supposed to be one that kind of makes your cheekbones like lifted. I wouldn't say I noticed a huge like lifting with this or anything like that, but it is a nice formula. Liquid highlighters aren't something I reach for all too often, although I have like a lot of them, you'll see, but I just feel like it's not a formula I'm always reaching for. This is just an OG right here, the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I remember when I got my hands on this, I was so excited. I feel like the shade is not something I super reach into. It looks like I've used it a lot, because I feel like when this was in its prime, I was using it a lot, but nowadays I kind of go for more of like that pinky, icy type of highlight, and this is a little bit more golden, but I still keep it because, you know, nostalgia, and I feel like I probably always will. Same thing with the Ofra. This is the shade Rodeo Drive. Yes, Rodeo Drive, I feel like this got its moment in the highlight era as well, and I feel like everyone loved this one too, but again, it was kind of a little too golden for me, but I did like it. You can tell I used quite a bit of it, and this is definitely their old packaging too, so you know, I've had it a while. This one, I feel like this one is very controversial. This is the Rose Quartz highlight from Huda Beauty, the one that everyone, you know, wasn't a fan of because of the look of the pan. I actually think it's a pretty highlight. I don't mind it. I feel like it looks nice on the skin. It's like a balm texture, and it has these little like pearls in there. I feel like it looks pretty good on the skin. I know it looks weird in the pan, but it is actually a nice highlight. This one was one of my favorites. I got this from Jouer. It was limited edition, so I know you can't get it anymore, but it's the Molten Gold highlight, and this one I used a bunch as well. Very pretty, and you can't even tell because, like I said, it's such a large highlight, but this one was so nice, and I loved the packaging on this with the sparkle. I feel like this one got a lot of hype at one point too. This is the Master Chrome from Maybelline. This is the pinkier shade. This is the Rose Gold Molten. I know there was another one too that a lot of people liked, but this is the more pinkier version of highlights. I feel like it's really nice for a drugstore highlight. And then I do have a couple from Persona Cosmetics. This is a really nice formula as well. I believe the shades that I have are Laguna, and then I also have the shade Zuma. So there is a third one that is a little bit deeper, but these are the two that I kept. So we have the more like true like gold shade, and then we have the more white shade. So this one is a little bit light for me, Laguna, but I do still like it for like an inner corner highlight, and I do still like the formula, so I still keep it around. All down this row over here, I have all of my Ofra highlighters. I guess I have more than I thought of these, but Ofra highlighters are just so beautiful. This was the one that Samantha March did with them, so her collaboration that I definitely am going to keep because I love Samantha. I am an affiliate with Ofra, so if you ever want to purchase anything, my code is just Makeup Molly. This one is in Covert Gardens. This one was really pretty. This one was the Snuggle Me set, so I actually really liked this one. It had a blush in it and then also a highlighter as well. This one was also beautiful. This is the All of the Lights, and this was a nice one because you were able to use the highlights individually, or you could kind of mix them together. I think this is Blissful, Pillow Talk, I think Starlight, it's hard to remember, and maybe Rodeo Drive was the ones in here. This was Steph Tom's collab. This was the Milk and Cookies highlighter here. This was hers, so she has like a deeper bronze shade and then a lighter shade as well. And then this one was a one they did for Earth Day. This is the Mother Earth shade. It kind of has like a green tint to it. Then the last one here is probably my favorite. This is Pillow Talk. This one has that really pretty pink hint to it. I have a couple here from Milk Makeup. These are nice. These are the Flex highlighters. This one is in the shade Iced, and then I also have the shade Lit. These were really pretty. So this one is the more golden one, and then we have the more like rose gold pink one as well. I thought the formula was really nice on these. They look really nice on the skin as well. I do have this one from Joa. I know I mentioned, I think it was my bronzer one that I was saying Joa gets overlooked. This is a really pretty highlighter. It kind of has that like barely there look. It's almost like glittery, but it's not. It just looks like, I don't know, like you sunbathed or something. It's so pretty on the skin. This one is perfect, like especially in the summertime. I feel like this one I've had forever as well. This is from Pixi. This is the Delicate Dew Duo. Pixi has a really great highlighting formula. I feel like they should come out with a new like set of highlights maybe. So I feel like these have been out for a while, but they have the dual pans here, which I like, so you get 2 different highlights in there. I do have the Dose of Colors I Love Sarai one. I believe this is in the shade Bathe. Yes, so this one looks a little bit deep in the pan, but it's a little bit lighter on the skin. I haven't reached into this one in a while, but I do remember liking it. I have this one from Lani London. This is in collaboration with Lalia Loves, and this one was pretty. It's kind of like one of those ones you can like swirl together, and I remember liking it on my face. It was a nice like drugstore option. And then I have this duo here from Complex Culture. They have a really, really nice formula. I wish that they could be like in Sephora, because I feel like if they were, people would like go crazy for their products. They have some really nice stuff. I really like their blushes. They also have really nice brushes as well. Their eyeshadows are nice too. They're a really good brand, so check them out if you haven't already. But these are 2 different highlights from them. They kind of remind me of Jouer, almost like their packaging, and then also the formula is really similar, I feel. I do have this one from Kevin Aquan. This is the Sahara Golden Rose Glow highlight. So it's kind of like one of those ones where you get like the bronzing shade almost as well, so you can kind of use the gradient there. So much highlight though. This is like huge. So that's everything like in this area here, and let's move over to the side because I have a lot more. This one from ColourPop. This is the Flip Flop highlighter. I remember liking this one. It's a Super Shock, but it's like in a pressed form. So this one I do really like. I think it's pretty. And then I have a bunch of liquids here in the front, so I'll show you guys those. The Iconic London Illuminator. I feel like this is very popular. A lot of people really like this one. It's kind of like the OG, I feel like, of liquid highlights. Kind of a similar option from the drugstore. This is from Sleek Makeup. This is their highlighting elixir. This is from Marc Jacobs, and this is their Dewdrops. Who remembers when these were really popular? I feel like I really liked them when I first got this. I know I used quite a bit in here, but I haven't reached for it in so long. I need to bust this back out. I have one from ColourPop. This is their liquid highlighter, and this one is in the shade Champagne Bubbles. I wasn't a big fan of this formula. I feel like it's a little too glittery for me. Also, I didn't love the packaging with like the dropper. It just wasn't my favorite, but I hold on to it because I do a lot of ColourPop videos. I like to have it on hand for reference. Kind of the same thing with this stick one as well. It just wasn't my favorite formula from them. This one is in, I don't think I have a sticker on here, but it is kind of more of like a pinky highlighting stick from them. Oh, it's on the top. I was like, wait a second, this is in the shade Earth. I do have this one from Giorgio Armani. I really need to clean this off. It's kind of gross, but this is the highlight in the shade 11. I know these went like viral on TikTok. It's a really nice highlighter. I feel like it's kind of very natural on the skin. And then I do have this one from Jill Stewart. I swear this brand is like the luxe of the luxe. They have the prettiest packaging. This is one of their stick highlights, so pretty. And then I really like this one from Iconic London. This is the Dewy Stick, and this is actually really nice on the skin. It's just like a clear balm. Let me swatch it so you guys can see it. But it's literally just like a clear balm, but I swear this looks beautiful on the skin. It is a little bit sticky, so I feel like I only want to wear this when my hair is up. But it gives your skin the most beautiful glow. It's just like so, just like lit from within, and it looks absolutely stunning on the skin. But again, it's kind of sticky. So I feel like if you're not someone who, or if you're someone who wears your hair down a lot, you probably won't like this. But if your hair is up, girl, this is so good. I do have a loose highlight here from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This one is in the shade Extra. These are very, very pigmented, and I feel like a little bit goes a long way. This is just like beaming highlight. I do have a lot of the Florence by Mills highlights. I am on their PR, so they send me a lot of their products, but these are her highlights. I feel like these are kind of like a version similar to the ColourPop ones where they are a stick highlight. I have lots of different shades in these here. I also have a Cosmic Shadow in here. This is actually an eyeshadow, so I'm not sure why that is in here, but I do have her loose highlights too here as well. These are the All That Shimmers Body Highlighting Dust. So I have a deeper shade and then also a more icy shade. And these ones you can actually pull off the top here, but you can like put them out. They're kind of like a powder. It kind of reminds me of like a powder puff, almost like what you would get from that, but you can just like spray them out and you can put them all over the body. They're kind of fun. I have from Patrick Ta. This is the Major Glow Highlighting Spray. I remember when this came out, it was kind of like something different. I was very excited about it because I was like, I haven't seen something like that. I went and purchased it, but it's just kind of not a product that I feel like works very well just because it is a spray. Like maybe for your body, but for your face, you can just never be precise with it. So it's not really one that I, reach for that often just for that reason. And then next I of course have a bunch here from ColourPop. I love their Super Shock Cheeks. They are like one of my favorite ColourPop formulas. So this one actually is in the shade Flexitarian. Mine like needs to be repressed or something, but I've had this for so long. It's like one of my favorite highlights in my collection. I honestly feel like what happened was I hit pan in it and then it kind of just like broke. So I need to just like repress it. The nice thing with this formula is it's so soft that you can kind of just like mush it back into the pan. But I have this one. This was from the Avatar collection and actually was really nice. It has like a blue hint to it. It has like that swirl pan, really pretty. This one is in the shade Moon Peach. This one that was a part of the Tinkerbell collection, another one from the Airbender, and then I do have this one. Look at the pan there as well. This is an electric slide. I loved this one for so long. It's been a while since I reached into it, but look at that pan. I'm always proud of that. And then this one here is the shade Slide the Show, which is really pretty as well. This next one is a loose highlight. This is from Moonplay Cosmetics. I know I got this one in a subscription box. This is the Stroboscope highlight. What did I say? Stroboscope. That's kind of hard to say, but it's like a pinky loose highlight. It's really pretty on this skin, and I love the packaging. I think it's so cute. And then I have the Box Benefit highlights. These are nice. This is in the shade Tickle and then also the shade Cookie. I really like these ones. I feel like they're really pretty on the skin and both of them work well for me. So I think these are a really great formula. And then I have quite a few more from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This one is in the shade Extra as well. This is a loose highlight and this is also the shade Extra. Oh, I guess I have two of these. How did I not know that? Loose highlighter and loose highlighter. Okay, I must just have one in like her new packaging and this must have been her old packaging. I'm not really sure how I ended up with two of those. I think it's because I got a package from Jaclyn Cosmetics and this was like what they sent was like all the highlighters. And I think these have like the special packaging maybe on them or something. I'm not sure because that's the only, it's like they asked if they could add me to the PR and then the only package I ever got was just this random highlighter package. And these were already released and it was like random shades. So I'm not sure what happened there, but this one is in the shade Extra. Okay, I already have that one like I showed you. And then this is the shade Brighten Up. This one is her loose highlighter or like her loose powder. This one's supposed to be similar to that one from Lancome that I feel like she used to rave about. And then I have two of her other highlights. So we have this one. It's actually really pretty. I use this one a lot. This is the shade Iced. And then I also have this one here, and this is in the shade Mesmerize. So just a little bit more of a, rose gold pink version of that. I love her packaging. It's beautiful. I really haven't tried too much from the brand aside from the highlighters. So let me know if you guys would want to see them more on my channel. I'm more than happy to purchase some stuff. Patrick Ta, I honestly forgot I got this. This is the All Over Glow, and she's glossy. They sent this my way, and I really haven't used this. I feel like I might have used it. I don't even know if I have it all, honestly. It looks a little weird in there. Okay, well, I need to try this out, but I don't know why it looks like all bubbly. Maybe just because it's the type of product, but it's really pretty packaging. I didn't realize I even never tried this. I think I just set it in this drawer and it got, obviously back there in the back, and I just never got to using it. So I'm going to put this on my desk so I can try it out. I do have this one here from Laura Mercier. This is a face illuminator in the shade Indiscretion right here. Very pretty. It kind of has that like swirl pan to it. It kind of reminds me of the LC one I showed you guys earlier. Kind of that same look, honestly, to this one. Is like that little swirl pan. I've got this one here from Huda Beauty. This one is so pretty and again, massive. I'm never going to go through this entire highlight, but it's so beautiful. I know this was limited edition. This is the Not Your Mother's Pantyhose highlighter. Super pretty. I love this one. I do have a couple of loose highlighters here from MAC. So we have this more like icy one and then a more copper one. This one is in the shade Golden Bronze, and then I also have Silver Dusk. From Soul Body, I do have the shade Rosé. This isn't my favorite packaging, and I feel like that kind of prevents me from like keeping these. I think this is the only one I have in my collection right now, just because it's just not my favorite, but I do really like the formula. So yeah, this is a really pretty shade. I like this on like my shoulders too. It's nice. This is the liquid version of the Not Your Mother's Pantyhose from Huda Beauty. I kept the lightest shade in Luna. I think I decluttered the other two, but it's a nice formula. It's not one I want to use on my face too much, but I will use it on my shoulders sometimes if I'm wearing like a dress or something. And I have this one from Becca, again, really pretty on the skin. This is in the shade Ignite, and I keep this one because I do like it on my shoulders and my collarbone. It's really pretty. And then I have this full-size one here from Soul Body, and again, these are really nice. This is the dry oil from them, and it just looks beautiful, especially like if you pop this like on your legs in the summertime. It's so nice. I feel like mine got a little bit cracked, but it's such a nice formula, and it smells like heaven. It smells so good. Next here I have this one from Glam Lights. This was the Frosted Flakes collection, and this one is a super icy loose highlight. It kind of reminds me of like the Jaclyn Cosmetics. It's very, very glittery, like very highlighter-esque. And then I have this one from Milani. It's actually a baked highlight, which I really don't have many baked highlights, like now that I'm realizing it. I think this might even be my only one, but it's a really pretty formula. Again, really nice from the drugstore. This is the shade 110 Dose Perla. And then I have this one from Ciate London. This was the collaboration that they did with the girl from Selling Sunset, but here is a look at the highlighter there. Very pretty, and it's called No Filter. And then I have this loose highlighter. This one is like my favorite loose highlight. This is from Wet n Wild. It's called I'm So Lit. You guys, this is good, good, good. So pretty on the skin, and it's drugstore, super affordable, which is great. If you're going for something a little more pinky, I also have the shade You Go Girl. This one has more of like a pink look to it. And then I do have this one from Laura Mercier. It's in the shade Candlelight. It's like an illuminating powder. Again, like a powder highlight, but it's a little bit softer than the other ones. Like the other ones are very blinding. This one has more of like that lit from within type of look to it. And then from Soul Body, I have a lot of like these little mini size ones. So these are some of the glow oils and also the shimmering dry oils. So these are the ones that I just showed you a second ago in a few different shades. And then this is their glow oil. So this one's a little bit more of like a base to it, and it's a little bit thicker than this one's more of just like a true oil. But again, it's really pretty on the body. I feel like I have so many of these because I am on their PR, so they send me like their full collections. But here's some more of the shimmering dry oils, and then another one of the glow oil. And then these are the last ones that I have from Soul Body. So another dry oil and then another one of the glow oils. Okay, we made it to the very end of my highlight collection. This is the last one I have. It's from Rare Beauty. This is one of her illuminating highlighters in the shade Enchant. This wasn't my favorite highlight. I feel like I have others that I like better for like liquids. But I do still keep it around because I do like the brand a lot, and I like the packaging of this one. I think it's nice. It's just not like something I reach for a ton. But after that, that is going to do it for my highlighter collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing all of these highlights. It made me realize how many I truly have. Like, I feel like I don't reach for a highlight hardly as much as I used to, and I guess I just like have so many. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this video. Make sure to let me know your favorite highlighter down below. Also, please let me know down below what you would like to see next for the collection series. I will link down below my bronzer and also my blush collection if you haven't seen those yet. I'll see you guys very soon with a new one. Bye.